Soon as I walk out, they stand there. I had me pacing for this. I'm the man now, was the man did. I had my way with the. I'm the man now, was the man did.
What's up, everybody? Robbie here to talk My Team Unlimited. I am super excited.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here.
I miss you too,
For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. Getting a little amped up. Opening night of the regular season now upon us. Shaq, what were you looking forward to?
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And tonight we're joined by a legend of the NBA, 5-time NBA champion, Kobe Bryant has stopped by. Kobe, great to have you with us.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me stop in and join you for a bit.
Any chance you might pursue broadcasting in the years to come?
Nope.
Nor coaching?
Nope. Don't have the patience for either.
All right, we're glad you're with us tonight. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. Here matched up against the Golden State Warriors is how they're going to tip off the new season. Last year they were humiliated in their matchup, losing every game in 4 tries. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Hey there, Kevin. Well, we all know that Steve Kerr, the Warriors coach, has a great way with his players. He said they see through all the BS. And they've got to know that you're in charge and know what you're talking about. In the end, it's about them. Kevin?
You know what? That humble approach goes a long way, David. Thank you. In the NBA, because the players are so individually great and we all know about them, and the league pushes them in that direction. You know, you got the torch from Michael. You then gave it to LeBron. Before that, you know, it was Dr. J. And how I find that amazing how the torch is passed from one great player to another, yet each are so individual in their accomplishments. Did you like receiving it, and did you like passing it on?
Yeah, I love both. You know, the receiving and then passing it on, because it's the infinite cycle. It's an infinite loop, and the game just continues to evolve, and players continue to grow. And so I was happy to be a part of that change after watching it for so many years growing up, from, you know, Magic and Larry, and then to Michael, and then myself and LeBron, and now whoever comes next. It's an infinite loop, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. Thompson and Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Curry in at the point. And that one drops.
You know, here's your problem. You've got to be able to close out hard to LeBron James because he knows he can score from there. This is his money shot.
And Kobe, talking about passing the torch, do you actually say, hey, you're taking over when I leave the game? And then on top of that, did Jordan say the same thing to you? Hey, Kobe, it's your league now. Take it.
No, it becomes apparent when you start winning championships. That's the tell-all, right? Can you lead a team to win a championship? And not just one, but multiple championships. And that's what determines who gets the torch next.
And as the focal point offensively, reading the defense, so critical to have that split-second reaction and trying to figure out where their defense is going in such a short time frame. It's amazing.
Well, that's part of the magic trick, because it's already figured out, right, through film. So when I watch a game, I know what their coverages are. Right, so I know
you could figure out what, because there's so many coverages. I mean, let's face it.
But you know, they all kind of do the same thing, right? So when you watch the game, you know, if I'm preparing for the Bulls or preparing for whoever, I can look and see what their defensive packages are, because they can't just throw something new in there, right? Because they've been doing this defense since training camp.
Right.
Right, so you're generally going to see the same rotations. So now I can put guys on the floor and set up the pieces to take advantage of that rotation.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. On defense, the Lakers got that one up quick.
Well, you see the assertiveness inside from Kevin Durant. He is so good at finishing in different ways.
Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Ingram. McGee sets the pick for Ingram. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, just a matter of he needs to be there a split second earlier. Not much room for error when you're setting a screen.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
I'll tell you, Kevin Durant is hyped. He knows no one can stop him if the pass is perfect.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Kobe, when you think of that rough and tumble style of the Pistons and the Knicks in the 80s versus this more wide open style, which style do you appreciate more, and which style was more difficult to play?
Well, personally, I always wanted to play in the 80s because of the defensive rules, the illegal defense rules, where you have to play man-to-man.
Yes.
You can't come in and 2-9 in the paint. There's no zone defenses.
Yeah.
You have to go mano a mano. Right? If you're going to double team, oh my gosh, come on now. You can't. People can't hide. Players can't hide. You know, there's a player out there that might not be a good defensive player or doesn't really want to play defense. He can hide. In the 80s, you can't do that.
No hiding.
No, there's no hiding. You're on a hide.
Now here's Rondo following the shot by Kevin Durant. McGee a screen. Here's James. That one drops for him. James has got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Thompson against Caldwell Pope. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Great showing for him last season. 7th in assists and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Now here's James. Over Durant. Again, Los Angeles.
Yeah, the easy lift on the jumper by LeBron. That's really hard to defend, guys.
Passes it to Green. Screen by Cousins. Green dishes to Durant. McGee against Curry. From outside the arc. That shot off. And the Lakers take it the other way. Kobe, a lot of teams now playing a more spread-out offensive style. You played with a spread 4 and Robert Horry and R. Odom. You also played with more of a twin tower feel on your roster. Which way would you lean when you think about those different styles?
That doesn't matter to me.
You like them all?
Yeah, it just depends on the personnel that you have.
Right.
And with the personnel that you have, you make the most out of it.
That puzzle you keep talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just, every puzzle is built differently.
Right.
Right? And you just try to do what you can with what you have. So it doesn't matter.
And you like that figuring out process.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even though you're the same, you've got to kind of adapt now what's on your roster.
Yeah, you have to be able to adapt to the players that you have around you, you know, and understanding what they need. It's not what you need. It's what they need. And as long as the leader of the team can make that shift, they'll be fine with whatever they have in their roster.
Ingram up top, headed by Green. Ingram passes to Rondo. There's the pick. Caldwell Pope kicks to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. Great D that time from Green.
Now affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Now Ingram following Durant's three-point attempt. Now the pass to Rondo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart, he's checked in for LeBron. And Ball subbed in for Kentavious.
So loud for, nigga.
Different look here for the Warriors. Jordan Bell's checked in for Cousins. Jerebko comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. He hits the second from the line. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Kobe, you love to take over a game. You're scoring everything you did. Who are the players you faced, though, who held their own against you defensively? That were always something maybe you really enjoyed playing because you knew they were so good defensively.
Tony Allen is my all-time favorite to go against. I love to go against.
A monster, huh?
He didn't ask for any help ever. It wasn't like, I'm going to send Kobe down here and come for the trap. He wasn't asking for help. He's like, no, me and you. No matter how many times I hit him, no matter how many times I scored, he was still there every single time. And I love competing against him. Raja Bell as well. I love competing against Raja.
There were some battles with you and him when you played with Phoenix.
There's no back down.
Yes,
right?
none.
Aaron Snow, Bruce Bowen, I liked a lot. He played the game differently. He tried to frustrate you, you know what I'm saying? So I was fortunate enough to go against some really top defenders. Kawhi, I didn't get a chance to see much because it was later in my career.
That would have been a good matchup.
I would have loved it.
Here's Ball after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Kuzma with a screen on Curry. Ball kicks to Beasley. Pass to Kuzma. Over Jerebko. Los Angeles with another miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Livingston passes to Iguodala. Jerebko the screen. Iguodala, that's good.
Well, you love that Andre Iguodala seems to relish an opportunity to have contact and have to finish anyway.
Now, here's Stevenson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Up top, Kuzma. He's covered by Iguodala. It's stolen by Livingston. Curry kicks to Livingston. And it goes down 2 points. And now it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Pass to Kuzma. And he uses the glass on the layup. Kuzma's got his first 2 points.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Back to Jerebko. Now here's Livingston. He's covered closely. Lays it up off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 3.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Stevenson passes to Kuzma. Sweet little floater. Kuzma's got his second bucket tonight.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
Curry against Ball. Bell with a screen on Ball. Here's Curry. And no good trying to get that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors ahead, leading by just 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Oh.
Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help his playmaking as he's made the transition from a point guard at Davidson to a combo guard in the NBA.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill that helps you, one, takes your mind off the basketball, because when you're in a game, that should be the last thing you're thinking about. There's so many other variables out there that you have to kind of survey, where your defender is, where your teammates are, where you are in relation to the basket and your reaction. So Those lights kind of train you in that regard. You have to, see what the color is.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I love the fact that they're getting so many of their points at the rim. Just a solid first period.
Well, Greg, playing bully basketball on the block. Every opportunity they've wanted at the rack, they've got it.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Golden State looking at who they got. Steph Curry's out there with Livingston. And there's Iguodala. And there's Jerebko. And it's Bell in at the center, locking down the middle. Kuzma kicks to Stevenson. And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I didn't even have to go, to be honest, what she said. She thought it was... She said, I didn't get exactly.
Beasley, the pass to Kuzma. Stevenson dishes the ball.
I didn't misinterpret anything, to be honest.
Beasley sets a screen for Ball. 6 to shoot. Out to Kuzma. And Kobe, you think about that leadership role, challenging teammates, putting results above relationships. A lot of guys aren't comfortable with that scenario.
Yeah, most of those guys don't win, so that's fine. It's just the reality of the situation. If you're comfortable in the moments of being uncomfortable, that will get you ultimately to being comfortable in June.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
That ball's off target. It's his third miss. He's made 2 shots from the field. Jerebko the screen. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Now the dish to Bell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. With the break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. The Lakers second.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Because, you know, you could have went to quit taking over. That's what I'm saying. You give me a lot of I'll take to actually PNC. No, that's
a free throw drops for Bell.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. James comes in for Lance Stevenson. Golden State also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Jerebko. Kevin Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Thompson in for Steph Curry. Kobe are so decorated in every way individually and as a teammate with the 5 championships. Of all the things, the All-Star games, the all-defense, all the individual things you've accomplished, what is the one thing you might cherish? And you may have alluded to with the championships, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at the end of the day, is that the one thing above everything else that you covet?
No. The fact that I can look in the mirror and honestly say I gave everything to the game.
That was obvious.
But that's the thing, right? You don't want to feel like you've left anything on the table. No stone left unturned. I gave everything to the game that I possibly could. That, to me, is the biggest accomplishment.
What a feeling.
Yeah.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ball. Free throw good from Thompson.
It is easy to get lost in the well-rounded offensive game of Klay Thompson, but let's remember, this guy is an elite defender. Quick feet, great athleticism and length. Boy, what a player.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And taking a look at some stats here for Caldwell Pope. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 13 points a game last season, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, hard to win if you can't get points productivity, and that's what makes this guy valuable to that second unit.
And Kobe, many people measure success in the NBA with the number of rings, not so much the stats. For Karl Malone and Steve Nash and guys of that ilk, you know, they're truly great players, but they never won a championship. How are these legacies measured, do you think, when all is said and done, when you take a look at the landscape of that time?
Well, they're great players who just never won championships. I mean, it's that simple to me. They're just phenomenal players. And winning a championship is extremely difficult. You have to have so many things go right for you. You have to be extremely fortunate to be with an organization and to have a GM that understands talent, understands the cap, understands how to build championship caliber teams. And Michael and myself were extremely fortunate, as was Larry, as was Magic. But at the same time, it becomes a player's responsibility to lead that core group of players to the title.
And again, no good by the Lakers.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
Here's Cousins. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And now here's Rondo, and it's McGee with the jam.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Now here's Rondo after the miss from Klay Thompson.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
Now here's Thompson. He kicks to Livingston. Got a piece of it. Durant in the corner. Screen by Cousins. Durant using the pick, and they pick up two. Durant's got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
And that one's good, Ingram.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Now here's Thompson. Kicks to Durant. Screen by Cousins. Off the pick. And James pulls it down.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Outside Rondo. Caldwell Pope outside. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Curry's checked in for Sean Livingston. And the Lakers call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Lakers.
And the corner three has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range stripper.
A valuable, dogged defender, Draymond Green doing his thing.
Passes to Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. And the pass to Durant. From deep three-point range, Durant with another miss. Lakers trail by 12 to the inside. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Caldwell Pope. 10 points for LeBron.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Thompson misses.
A fatally not a terrible idea, but he needs to make the game easier on himself. He's overcomplicating things.
Curry against Rondo. Pass to James. Back to Rondo. From 18 feet away, Green with the rebound. Kobe, I know you can't stay any longer, but I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of our fans watching and playing the game tonight. Always a pleasure to have you drop by our broadcast.
No, thank you for having me, man. Anytime.
There he is, the legendary Kobe Bryant. And with Kobe stopping by the booth doors, I'm always amazed at the type of things Kobe will notice about both the NBA and the players competing that the casual fans rarely think about.
Well, you think back to Kobe's career and how much his preparation and studying of the league and his opponents contributed to his success. And obviously, with what we just heard, this guy still holds so much knowledge of the game.
And after the Lakers landed LeBron, the talk was about if they would add Kawhi Leonard as well. Ultimately, it didn't happen. And Lakers want to keep their young guns in the end. And LeBron has said he felt that the team was ready without Kawhi and came to the Lakers because of that youthful core they had in place.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Over Hart. Nice shot by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
If he's not automatic with his jumper, it's pretty darn close. Klay Thompson, my goodness.
Pass to Kuzma. Shoots over Cousins. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Curry's shot is good.
My goodness, the pure shooting stroke of Steph Curry. It's the envy of every NBA player.
Here's Hart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. He kicks it to LeBron. Over Bell. Misses off the left iron. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Warriors leading by 16. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. JaVale McGee is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Rondo in at the point. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. Fouled in the act of shooting, a three-point play chance coming up.
Sounds good. It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot.
I think you pay the consequences if you leave Draymond Green's teammates open. He has a knack for getting the basketball where it needs to be.
LeBron passes to Ingram. McGee is screen. McGee is screen on Curry to the paint, and the slam dunk by McGee.
He is just brilliant in that pick and roll. Rondo does a great job of cutting passes through the porous defense.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here's Cousins, and that one's good. Durant.
Really like the energy I'm seeing from this offense. 3 for 4 to open the third.
LeBron James on the wing, defended by Durant, and that one's good by LeBron.
As much as LeBron loves to create, there are times when he simply has to do it himself. Too good to pass up that one.
Green dishes to Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Now here's Rondo, and the Lakers call time here. Commissioner Adam Silver recently said there's nothing magical about 82 games. Doris, what do you read into that?
I read nothing more than the leadership that Adam Silver is about. And it seems to me that the NBA is one of the most proactive professional sports leagues in the world. And by that I mean, Kevin, they will evaluate every aspect of their business. If they believe it's advantageous to make change, then they will go to their competition committee, they will go to their ownership committees, and they will make whatever change they believe is for the ultimate good of the game. And that's exactly what you'd hope for.
Personally, 82 games, in your opinion, what do you think?
You know what, Kevin, it can be a little bit of a grind, but there is money at stake. And obviously that's a difficult thing for owners to come up and over. The players would have to want to give some money back. So listen, 82 games is long, but what happens, I don't know.
And he can't hit the second.
And Caldwell Pope, the Georgia product, when he's on the floor, it's for his defense. Can give you a handful of points, but what he takes away with defense is far more significant. One of the better perimeter defenders since entering the league.
Here's James. It's good from about 19 feet. James has got 4 points now in the quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. Cousins with a screen for Curry. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Golden State. And with Caldwell Pope in his defense, he can guard any type of perimeter player.
Yeah, I mean, has the long arms to bother small forwards and fast feet to stay with point guards. Really gives the lineup a lot of options in terms of matchups when he's on the floor. Great instincts on defense, and it's very hard to shake as he'll hound you through screens. And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Beasley's checked in for the Lakers. Golden State also making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Cousins, and it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Well, looking at this Warriors team, some say the best offensive team in NBA history. Doris, would you agree?
I don't necessarily love comparing over eras. What I would say is they've got one of the best pure scorers ever in Kevin Durant, 2 all-time great shooters in Klay and Steph, and then Draymond Green, one of the best playmaking bigs we've ever seen. I'll tell you, they compete with just about anybody.
Outside Curry. Shoots. Rebound the Lakers.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
The former Blue Devil, Brandon Ingram, was taken second overall back in 16, was deemed as untouchable by his front office as they rebuilt the roster. He's a big part of what the Lakers want to do over the next few years.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line, and he knocks down the first one. And it was Magic Johnson, Greg, who said Ingram is untouchable. Also feels Ingram can be an elite scorer.
Yeah, I mean, Ingram certainly has the makeup and skills to be a first option on offense. And when he heard of how highly Magic thought of him, it made Ingram want to work even harder. You can certainly see the huge leaps he's made as a scorer since Magic kind of gave him that vote of confidence.
Now here's Curry, 17 points in the game. There's the pick to the middle, layup off the pick. And it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, how about the elevation and the focus? Klay Thompson outstanding at timing shots.
To the inside, it's stolen by Green, and oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Here's your Repco. Following the basket by LeBron James. Outside Durant from past the arc. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's LeBron.
You know, I think casual fans of the NBA probably wonder what makes LeBron so good. And you look at some of the attributes he has physically, the size, the strength, the quickness. But to me, it's as much about his pursuit of greatness and the commitment year-round to excelling and building his skills. He's truly a seminal player in NBA history.
And he makes the first.
You have to love the leadership of LeBron James. Is he demanding of his teammates? Absolutely. But they can take it because he demands more from himself.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Ingram. Lance Stevenson comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Josh Hart in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And the leadership James brings to this team is incredibly valuable. When things get tight, they look to the king to provide for them.
And good that time. 16 points for Kevin Durant.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Timeout called the Lakers. With LeBron in his strength, Doris, he can shrug off defenders.
Well, to me, Kevin, he is easily one of the most formidable finishers to ever play the game. You think about it, he is as big and strong physically as most centers that are challenging him at the rim. What an imposing guy.
Curry against Ball. Passes it to Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. You know, Greg, you hear that since Kevin Durant moved to the Bay Area, he's wasted no time making connections and investments in Silicon Valley.
It's interesting. He's reined in his endorsements by over half, but he's so inquisitive. I think meeting these tech luminaries and learning from them was part of the allure of the Golden State.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Durant. Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos and things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
And so he hits both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Curry kicks to Iguodala. Bell with a screen on Stevenson. Iguodala's drive. He got right to the cup using that screen. Iguodala's got his third bucket of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The pass to James. Back to Hart. Kuzma with a screen on Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hart. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Golden State's gotten all 4 of their three-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. Here's Thompson. That one, no good. And the Lakers take it the other way. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Durant with it, now guarded by Ball. Pass to Curry. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Now here's James. He's got 19 over Bell. And it's James missing.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
No good from Durant. Lakers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. It's good on the putback. Kuzma's got 8 points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, and Ball constantly looking for ways to come up with steals. Outstanding at covering a lot of ground with his overall length.
Now, here's Thompson. He has 7. Here's Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Durant's got 12 points in just the second half.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Now LeBron. Here's the 3. No good on that last second attempt there. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break.
Kicking. Beanard. Yo.
Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Defense has been fantastic. Great defense. Offense, simple passes will get it done, right? You guys look great, though. Keep the pressure on.
Paying his guys respect they deserve. Likes what he sees. I like that message.
And Kevin, it's so important to praise your guys when they're playing well. Coach understands how critical it is to recognize good effort.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. They've got Jones. Evans out there with Bell, and there's Livingston, and it's Cook in at the 1. And so here is Golden State after the basket by Los Angeles. From deep, Evans cans it from downtown.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Kuzma. Feeds it to Stevenson. And it's Stevenson finishing it off.
I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty.
Here is Bell. Dishes to Cook. Kicks it to Jones. Pass to Livingston. And it's Evans in the corner. Takes the 13-footer. Rebounded by Hart. And Los Angeles guys, shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Count that one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Golden State's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Cook. That shot misses. Good D by Stevenson. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Connects from 3-point range.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Timeout called the Warriors. Love his game or hate it, but there is no denying, Doris, that Lance Stevenson makes things happen on the floor.
Just a pure creator when he has the basketball in his hand. Unbelievable handle. Sometimes gets creative on his way to the cup, but you love how he plays with such great passion and energy.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. It's Thompson off the drive. McGee with the block. Thompson against Caldwell Pope. Outside Rondo.
She just treated him like Gary.
McGee is screened. Rondo passes to McGee. Here's Hart. He's guarded by Cousins. Now the Warriors moving it up. Jerebko kicks to Curry. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws out for him.
You know, Kev, despite the fact that this guy has already won multiple MVP awards, Steph Curry is still pursuing improvement and trying to add to everything his team does. I love that approach.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times. I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
The Lakers making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Stephen Curry hits them both. You know, Greg, a lot of players can't make that switch from shooting guard to point guard. You've got to give Steph a lot of credit.
He's worked tirelessly. I mean, we've all seen those pregame ball handling drills. He's still prone to a careless turnover or 2, but on the plus side, he rebounds like a shooting guard. And today's point guards are expected to score much more than in days past.
Caldwell Pope for 3. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Curry kicks to Green. To the paint, here's Cousins. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
If he's not a sure thing in the paint, Cousins is pretty close.
Rondo passes to Beasley. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, Listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like it. And here is Curry. Rajon Rondo getting it to go from deep. Now, here's Jerebko. He's covered by Ingram. Here's Thompson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I tell you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. Ingram.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Warriors leading by 20. Curry kicks to Jerebko. Shoots over McGee. Here's Cousins. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
You gotta love how Cousins uses his size, his reach. He's more prolific on the defensive glass, but obviously a factor on the offensive end as well.
And the Lakers call time here.
Now, Steve Kerr has talked about the emotional and spiritual fatigue that can set in for a Warriors team that has now played in 4 straight finals. And remember, Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about this from his years with the Chicago Bulls. They simply have to fight through it.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance, but his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. And the Lakers have possession. Now here's James. McGee a screen. Ingram outside. And stolen by Cousins. Curry with it. As basketball becomes more global, we continue to see veterans come from abroad and doors make an impact as role players in the league.
You know what I love, Kevin, is great basketball players could come from any place in the world. And obviously, general managers now have got to expand their field of vision. They've got to have international scouting. But the NBA would be a lot less rich a place if we did not have Dirk Nowitzki, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, the unicorn in New York City, Kristaps Porzingis. I don't care where players come from. All I want to know is, can they play basketball? And if they can, I want to watch them.
Here's Thompson following the basket by LeBron James. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. Curry, good. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
On any given night, you understand that Steph Curry is a threat to go off, and it doesn't ever become less enjoyable to watch. How about that, Kevin?
Now, here's Green. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot. Rondo dishes to Ingram. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the Lakers with some changes. Beasley's checked in for Ingram. Lance Stevenson comes in for James. And Hart subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Different look here for the Warriors. Belly's checked in for Green. Jerebko comes in for Kevin Durant. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Cook subbed in for Curry. It's good.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Durant.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
And there it is for them.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
And the basket by Stevenson.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Livingston passes to Urepko. There's the dish to Cook. Knocked loose. And Bell kicks to Cook. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Cousins. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, everyone knows you do a lot of different things for this team, but what would you say your primary focus is?
Trying to just take responsibility of my defensive duties. Pushing the point guard, force them in a different situation, difficult shots. Being our first, line of defense as they're bringing the ball up, putting pressure on them, and try to take them out the offense. That's a lot of great point guards in this league, so I got to be able to do that all year and try to get a good start to that this season.
That's what franchise players do, play both ends.